Hey, what's up, reefers? Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done an update on the 180-gallon reef, so I figured let's do one. So as you can see, things still seem to be doing pretty good, although the tank is on its way back up from a bit of a downswing. A couple months ago, I started losing some of my SPS colonies. Just started losing tissue from the bases, and still not 100% sure why that happened, and I lost a few colonies, but I had a couple of ideas, and I did make some corrections, which I can get into. And, you know, for the most part, things are doing pretty good. And, you know, I'll just do a quick update on the fish and some of the corals that are in there. I won't go through everything, but yeah, so let's get a closer look. I guess I'll just start over here on the left-hand side and just point out a few things. This is the side where I have most of the LPS and some leathers and stuff. Not too many SPS over here. Although I do have this digitata down here, which grew back from, it was pretty much dead. There was just a little tiny bit left on a frag plug because I broke it off and put it somewhere else. And it just came right back. This is I believe it's called a German blue digitata. If you look closely, the polyps are a bit blue, but they get a lot more blue when they have brighter light. And down here, it's not getting as much light as it would need to turn the polyps blue. So it's a bit brown, but it has an interesting shape to it. So I do like it up there. We've got this leather coral up here, which is really getting massive. That thing is probably a little bit bigger than a dinner plate right now, and that was one that just started off as about a quarter-sized frag, about 2 years ago, and in this tank it's just really taken off. I got a bunch of Euphilia in here, which is doing pretty good. I actually did remove a couple of them. I had a couple extra hammers in here, and I'm trying to remove some stuff out of here. I think it's just too crowded, and things weren't able to really grow, and we're just kind of fighting with each other. So I did remove a few pieces, and I'll probably take another one of these big, purple hammer colonies out of here, because I do have quite a bit of them, and there's actually even another one. You can't really see it. It's back underneath this leather, which probably has to move as well. So yeah, they're all getting along pretty good in this area. Down here in the corner, I've got my rock flower anemones. And they're kind of coming up towards the glass where they've normally been. There's a pink one that's back here. Those star polyps are getting a little bit too close to it, and I think it's starting to sting it. And his tentacles are kind of retracted a bit on that side. So I'll probably have to cut these star polyps back or move them. There's two different kinds here. And this other one is starting to kind of grow up the overflow. And it's even growing onto that toadstool leather, which the clownfish host in. And then I've got a couple of Montipora frags that I put up there. The orange one really took off. There's another green one behind it that you can't really see 100%, which is also doing good. And there's another one right about here. It's a purple one, which I'm going to probably take that and move it up higher. It's just getting shaded by the orange one, and it really hasn't grown very much. So I think it just needs to get put into the light, and that one will take off. But yeah, and then I just got a few other frags down here on the sand bed, which I got to do something with. And then move it over to the center of the tank. And this is where I start to get into more of my SPS. Really start in this area. I got this nice purple scroll coral. I really like that one. And then Polypora, purple stylo. Got that pink bird's nest. And, I don't know if you could judge by the size on the camera, but that thing is almost the size of a basketball, probably. It's just really grown pretty good. Then I got this Tonga branch that kind of comes up here, and I've got some acropores on there. There's a Scripps acropora. That's that Jason Fox Barney coral. I had a frag there from before. Then a couple other ones on here. And I got this huge orange Montipora plating out there. bunch more star polyps, which I'll probably have to also trim back. And then I had a bunch of zoanthids all down in here, and they're really not doing so good anymore because everything's just getting shaded, but I kind of like the Montipores more, so I'm just going to let them grow out, and then maybe I'll try and save whatever I can that's down there, move it somewhere else, but I don't know, I do kind of like the ledge that it brings out there, so I'm going to let that keep growing. Then it comes down into the purple Montipores, and I got that green Pavona. There's another green one back there. And then we got some digitata back on that side. My Miami Hurricane Chalice over here. And then in here, it's kind of a mixture. There's a Superman Montipora. And then this is a purple digi. Although in this light it looks a bit brown, but when the blue lights come on, definitely looks purple. And let's move over a little bit more. Let's see what else we can see up there. Up here is this green bird's nest, which is just getting massive. That's another one that's probably the size of a basketball. I mean, it just got really big. A couple other digitatas. This is that blue digi I was talking about. You can see it's a lot more blue looking since it's up there closer to the light. And that's sort of mixing in with this red one, and they're kind of like fused together in a couple of places. And then down here is this Mystic Sunset, I believe. Montipora. Got a Cyphastri down here. A couple of chalices, or some chalice there. Then I got my Stunner Chalice over here, which is kind of cool. I've got a couple of new firefish, which live underneath of there. Got these Palithoa Grandes. Some Kenya trees, which I might pull out and just give me some room for some more Montipores or something in there. And then, my frag rack. Another frag rack over there. Got some stuff. Spongiodis, I believe it's called. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the highlights that are in there. So I'll even bring it a little bit closer and see some of the damage that happened when the corals weren't doing so good. So on here, this is my blue matrix Acropora. And I ended up fragging a bunch of pieces off of there because this was one of my favorite corals, and it was growing out, and it was doing awesome, and it just started peeling back. So I fragged a couple big pieces off to save them, and I ended up gluing them back onto the old skeleton that was there. So I've got a couple nice big frags there, and they're kind of starting to re-encrust over the putty stuff there, so that's good. So I'm hoping I'll be able to save everything that's still there. I forget what this is. I think it was tricol or something like that. But it actually got to the point I was running out of room to put things. So I just took like a little rock and stuck it on top of this Montipora and then put that one on top of it. So I'm kind of building the reef on top of a reef. Kind of cool. And then over here was another casualty. This was my red planet, was all in here. Again, I fragged pieces off, and I don't know if you could really see them. But I got a few frags back in here. Trying to grow it back again. There's another piece of that blue matrix coral, Acropora, which is doing good up there. And then, okay, so this is the Scripps Acropora, so I've got a nice healthy piece up here, but see, this is kind of the devastation that was happening. So you can see I lost most of this one. That was a huge colony. Still a couple good pieces I need to frag off. Same thing with that. This is the green slimer. I got it. Reefapalooza. That Fiji rainbow. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the corals. I know this video is probably going on a bit long, so I'll save the fish for another one. If you guys have any questions, well, probably the main question is, what happened to the tank? And I'll just answer that real quick. I think I was running it a little bit too lean, meaning my alkalinity was pretty low, in the 7 range. I was running about 7.5, and then it did drop down into the 6s. I wasn't doing as much testing as I should have. So I've since then bumped it up, and I'm running now, it's around 9.4. So I slowly raised it. I was running it in the 8s, and then it slowly crept up into the 9s, and things seem to be doing even better. So I'll probably leave it in the 9 to 9.5 range. See how things do. Another thing was my nutrients in the tank. I mean, I was testing pretty much 0 phosphates, really low nitrates, 0, maybe 5 nitrates. I'm thinking maybe things were starving. I was running GFO in the tank, and I think that was really keeping everything out. So I've since removed the GFO, started feeding a little bit more to raise, the phosphates and the nitrates up. And they did rise. I forget what they're at right now, but they're not as low as they used to be. And things seem to be a lot healthier. So I think I'm going to kind of keep doing what I'm doing and see where that takes it. So, all right, guys. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.